Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Steredenn, and after yesterday's episode, I think I'm just gonna go ahead for a daily run. So it looks like today will be a normal run, which is, I suppose, a little disappointing, but nevertheless it still will be pretty much the same as I've been doing for the first few episodes. So we've already taken some bad damage, if I may steal that saying from Northern Line. But if I seem to be talking in a little more subdued voice, it's because my younger brother is still asleep at like, I know he's 10 o'clock in the morning, and because he stays up late, so he naturally he ends up sleeping in. So Hamimi's house is again fairly solid. The only problem is that it does not shoot as quickly. So yeah, having missiles would be good to sort of just keep around and upgrade as we see fit. So yep. So again, this is one of those bosses where having missiles is handy, which means I can pretty much be anywhere and not have to worry. And sorry about that. It looks like I've got an alert. Looks like I've got an alert from Sorry about that bloop. That was just an email. That was just an email alert from Thunderbird. So. Been sending out a couple of inquiry emails and that sort of thing, because it's what I do in the mornings. It's what most people do in the mornings. Just send out emails, and it's like I imagine that's what most people do when they get into work. It's like the first thing they do: check social media, check Facebook, check Twitter, check the email. Alright, so it looks like I haven't got quite the best combination, but in terms of I'll just go for the shield, even though I've got homing missile, so it's not quite an optimal combination, so yeah, that's kind of a bit tricky. Otherwise, if I was a better player, I probably would have gone for the 20% increase in score, because ultimately it seems that how all the daily stats are done, basically. So not to worry. Because, I still haven't actually been able to beat the mothership yet. I'm still kind of stuck on the second last boss, so as usual, I'm not too worried about score attacks or just like getting the perfect score sort of thing. Should probably a sword. Yeah, why not? Because we're just here to have fun, really. Okay, so looks like the sword's not strong enough to actually kill the guy before. Alright. So far so good. And I would really like some rocket upgrades, but we'll have to see what happens. Alright, so excellent. So today is kind of gonna be a fairly how to say it? Not so interesting, fairly boring kind of day, and well, I mean, I've got stuff to do, and then I have to head somewhere in the afternoon, because I do other things outside than making videos, so shock surprise, I guess. So obviously picking the shield upgrade was probably not the best idea, because it's like, I can spam missiles, but if I want the shield, I should probably not make oh no. I wasn't playing very well. What can you do? So rank 120, that's wow, 38 million. Well, you know what, we'll just do a regular run, and then yep. Okay. Let's hope we get some more interesting weapon combinations. And this one always throws me off because there's a laser coming from the right, so it makes me think I have to avoid shooting in front of it. But getting better at recognizing all the combinations now. So we've got stasis bots, which is like other bots, it's fairly interesting. And homing missiles again. Okay, sure, why not? We've got stasis bots for some additional firepower, if necessary. So, I've just gotta remember to pop our stasis bots every now and then, and I think we'll be pretty good to go. Alright, whoop. Yep, and alley-oop. And alley-oop. Alley-oop. Alright. Yeah, stasis spots will not be good here. Homing missiles is definitely better. I think the only problem I may have is that when I get to the third last boss, that was... I need to remember the names. But yeah, the third last boss, the one that does the one that spawns all the ads, that's gonna be a bit of a problem. So I'm hoping I'll get some really good upgrades. Please be, Yep, that's probably the best for now. At the moment, the weapons break enemy shields, I haven't actually really seen quite a good use for it yet, because there's like really only 2 different ships I've seen so far that actually have shields, so it's like I'm not quite convinced just yet. Nope. Man, my switching weapon game is not so great today, which is... Alright, looks like... Alright, where's the other laser? And yeah, that's the other thing about the homing missiles, they're kind of a bit... Yeah, I mean by design they should be weaker, but it still doesn't make it any sort of like less frustrating. So, but... Alright. What do we have here? Shotgun? No, I think homing missiles are a bit more useful. I know I'm committed to the stasis bots now because I've got the upgrade for them, so... By the sunk cost fallacy. But it's actually, when you think about it, you don't actually get a whole lot of upgrades in this game, because... just trying to think. There's like 7 waves, so... And there's enough upgrades to make you have to think about which one you want to get, and because of the randomization, it's not immediately obvious as to which... I mean, basically you still have to choose between upgrades. But it's simple enough that you can pretty much tell which one might be like more important than others, because it's dependent on your current weapon set. So okay, yep. There's nothing much to say about this boss. It's kind of predictable now, and I think that's sort of one of the things I'm noticing. There's the kind of a small problem with the difficulty curve, in that the first bunch of bosses are pretty easy to get past, but like the later bosses are just sort of a bit harder and not so straightforward. But I think part of the reason might be my lack of exposure. So okay, so I want the mini rockets because that gives us some extra punch to our homing missiles, and the best part about it is that I don't actually need to be firing for them to fire. It's like the Yoda cannon. So at the moment I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, it's additional firepower that's very handy, very useful, and it should probably, yeah, that was just like, I kind of just zoned out for a bit there. So alright, let's get some stasis bots out, because additional firepower is always handy. And yeah, here is like, you know, it would be nice to have yeah, it would be nice to have the shield breaking thing, but it's like ultimately not necessary in my opinion. I mean, I suppose score attack wise it depends on how much you really care about the score, but for me, as I said before, I don't find it's not what appeals to me, so I don't consider it a necessity. Now the sword would be nice, the sword would be interesting, and of course the sword, every time I take the sword I always think, well, there's always potential for a dick joke. But with this current combination, no, I don't think the sword will work out as well, so that's sort of why I chose not to take it. Of course other people may think otherwise, so, but as usual, it's one of these things about RNG, sort of just figuring out, one of the fun parts about these kind of games is sort of just figuring out what works and what doesn't. So at this stage I'm not too worried, as long as I manage to get past the cruiser and just alright. I think, oh, okay, yeah, so I know this one is like you gotta shoot the missiles with your homing missiles, but homing missiles aren't entirely reliable, so yeah, alright. That's one part done. Alrighty, this part is easy. What does he do next? Oh, that's right. No. Alright. One more hit and I'm dead. Alright. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. He's probably gonna do the... Yep. Okay. Just gotta keep moving now. And he should be dead fairly soon. Whew, that was close. Upgrades. None of... it kind of a shame. Oh well. The other thing I should know is that, it's... Considering it's episode 15, I was like thinking, well, there's... 15 is kind of a weird number. 15 feels like a square to me. I mean, I don't have synesthesia, but it's more in the way that you decompose the number 15, because 15 is just 5 times 3, and since 5 times 3 are both prime numbers, it's one of those numbers that don't quite... It's like... It feels very blockish, basically. I don't know if any of that makes sense. But it's like when you have multiples of 5, and it's like 5 when you have multiples of 5. I should probably concentrate on this first. So super gun, I don't know. I think right now I'm still too invested in my upgrades, so it's probably not a good idea to switch to another weapon. Alright. That was not a good switch. Alrighty, so... But yeah, when you think about 5, it's like 5, 10, 15, 20, but it's like 5, since 5 is not divisible, 5 is a prime number, so it's like, it feels like its own set of building blocks on its own, so that's why 15 feels a bit weird, and 3 is almost similar, but at least with 3, it sort of meshes a little more evenly with other even numbers. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. Okay, here should probably keep spamming stasis spots. Because they're good for blocking shots basically. So alright. And here, homing missiles good. The only thing I actually need to be careful of is that if I spawn stasis spots outside the window, they won't actually like activate, so that's kind of an annoying thing. Alright, lasers, top or bottom? Top. Oh. Oh no. Yeah, I do apologize, I haven't been playing very well this episode. I guess maybe yeah, well, everyone has the ups and downs, so this is probably just one of the downs. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.